You know, Rick has been really wonderful to me. When I thought that I had killed Xander, he talked to me about how hard it was to live with your mistakes, and the only way to make up for them was to live your life the best you can and just do right by others.
Well, that's good advice.
Yeah, but I'm still worried, no matter how hard I try not to be. Nothing seems to shake your faith in Nicholas. Why can't I trust Rick the same way?
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. Is there any news?
Not yet. What are you guys doing here?
We've come to take you home.
What Father means is we've come to help you.
We know how worried you are.
Which is completely understandable. So you just focus on Nicholas and we'll take care of you.
Alice has your room all ready for you.
Listen, I really appreciate the thought, but I can't leave.
Sweetheart, it does you no good to grieve alone.
Grandfather, Nicholas is missing, but he isn't dead.
Emily, it's been over 24 hours. You haven't had a word from...
All right, no, wait, listen, this is just like after the fire. You all thought that I was in denial, that there was no way that Nicholas could survive, but he proved you wrong. Nicholas is alive, and when he comes back, we're going to get married. We're going to spend the rest of our lives together.
Hoping that Nicholas will be found alive.
I was down at the crash site. The rescue effort is very impressive.
We simply hate to see you suffer alone, darling.
I appreciate the concern, and I'm glad you're here.
We love you, sweetheart. If you're hurting, we're hurting.
That's right, and that's why we thought it'd be better if you came home.
If Christina or Brooklyn were missing, or Mom, or Grandmother, would any of you give up?
Emily just needs to do what she thinks is right.
I'm not giving up. How can I? I'm a Quartermain. We get what we want, no matter what. More food?
Well, I figured sleeping was out of the question, so maybe we could watch a movie.
Elizabeth, you know I can't.
You're going back to the accident site, aren't you?
Yeah, I don't have a choice. Nicholas needs me. Yes? I need your help. I'm sorry to bother you, but I'm looking for this man. I haven't seen this man. Maybe along the road he might be
I already
injured.
told the police everything I know. They've been here twice.
We found his jacket by the river. It was soaked, almost frozen.
I'll call the police if I see him.
His name is Nicholas Kessler.
I'll remember.
The man in that photo, who is he?
My husband.
Is he around? May I speak to him?
He's dead.
Thank you. This really helps.
You must be freezing.
I'm dry. You know, I have a coat. Nicholas doesn't have either. They keep telling me he's probably got hypothermia.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm the one who should be apologizing. Mary showing up here and dumping all of my problems on you.
I know what it's like to be worried about the man you love. My husband was a soldier. He died in Iraq a couple of months ago. They say he was a hero. I don't know how I'm going to get over it, but I have to, somehow.
Mm-hmm. I have to believe that Nicholas is still alive. He's very strong. He walked away from the crash. Thank you for the tea, Mary, but I have to get out there and keep looking.
Well, I'll walk you to the road.
Oh, it's all right.
No, I need the fresh air anyway.
You know, my car's right over there. I'll be fine.
Oh, are you sure?
Yes, and thank you so much for your help.
Connor?
Who was here?
Did you find anything?
No, not yet.
Oh, God, it's getting really cold. Where's my scarf? I thought it was right here.
Wait, you sure you brought it?
Yeah, positive. Wait. Oh, I left it at that woman's house.
Wait, you were at someone's house?
Yeah, she's a widow. She's about my age. She lives right over there. She was nice.
Yeah, I spoke to her.
Yeah, she said 2 cops have been by. God, it was so sad. Lucky, when I came to the door, she was holding a picture of her husband, and I know she'd been crying. It was so strange, you know, that picture that she had, something about it just reminded me of Nicholas.
Listen, I gotta take this, so... You know what, I'll get back to you in just a second. Will you stick around?
Yeah.
It's an old scarf of mine. I got it in Boston ages ago.
Why was it on the couch?
I pulled it out. I thought it might help you remember. We had so much fun on that trip.
Stored?
For ages.
Doesn't seem stale. What's the perfume?
Something I used to wear.
What's it called?
I don't remember. It cost a fortune, though. That's why I stopped buying it.
It's too bad. It's very nice. I remember this woman. Her name is Mary. She lives alone. She couldn't tell me anything.
You're back. How can I help you?
I'm sorry to bother you again, but I left my scarf when I was here earlier.
Just allow me.
Thank you. If you had shown up 10 minutes later, you would have caught me in bed. Gathering was the last thing I do every night before I go to sleep. Mornings here can be pretty brutal. Here's your scarf.
Thank you. And I apologize again. I know it's late. This was a Christmas gift from Nicholas, and I couldn't stand to be without it.
I understand exactly what you mean.
I suppose you would. I told you that Mary lost her husband in Iraq.
I'm sorry.
It's the worst thing that ever happened to me. But believe it or not, time does heal. I know it's the oldest cliche in the book, but it's true. Time is the only thing that helps.
No, that would be Nicholas coming home to me safe and whole. But thank you, Mary. I know it's late. You should probably get to sleep.
Yeah.
Good night. Good night.
Now, here's my card. Please call day or night if you come up with anything that might help us find Nicholas.
Of course.
You lied to me.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I'm trying not to startle you.
I'm sorry for showing up here in the middle of the night. I should have left you a message
Don't
on
worry
your
about
cell
it.
phone.
Okay,
or-
just tell me what you need.
Help me believe that Nicholas is dead.
What's up?
Hey, Sonny.
Hey. I'm sorry for your loss.
Yeah, it's strange. I don't really know how to respond to that. I won't be long.
It's okay. Take your time. It's okay.
Sure.
It's gonna take a while. She hasn't accepted that Nicholas is gone. And I'm just trying to help her.
Good.
That's the crash site. There's still a little broken glass by the road. Everything's the same.
What?
Those flowers are blooming.
Be careful.
They weren't before. They were just leaves and stalks. Alright, this is crazy. Since Nicholas disappeared, flowers have had time to bloom.
Okay, just tell. Emily, tell me what you know about the accident, okay?
Nicholas's car was the only one involved. By the time help arrived, Nicholas had already wandered off. They found his jacket by the river, and everyone just assumes that he fell in. But what if he didn't? What if he found shelter in a barn or a house, and he's just too weak to call for help?
All right, take me to the river. Okay, now you said that police and rescue searchers, they searched the riverbank for what, 10 miles?
Yes.
And the only sign of Nicholas was the jacket that he was wearing. It was right by the water.
What do you think?
I mean, there's two possible scenarios. Either Nicholas did fall in, or he wants people to think he did.
What?
I mean, if somebody wanted to disappear, okay, this would be a perfect way to do it. You stage an accident on some remote section of road, and you leave an easily identifiable piece of clothing near an obvious hazard like the river, and then the cops would come, they can't find the body, they would just assume that it, washed away, and they would just write it off as unrecoverable.
Why would Nicholas do something like that?
I don't know. I mean, could he have thought that if he disappeared, he'd be protecting you somehow?
No, absolutely not. No. Nicholas loves me. I mean, he knows the hell that I went through when I thought he was lost in the fire. He would never want to put me through that again. I mean, besides, he watched his mother and his uncle fake their deaths. He was devastated by their lies. He would never do the same thing to me, Jason. That must mean he's dead. You said that there are two scenarios. That either Nicholas disappeared on purpose, or the river got to him. I know he didn't leave, 'cause he would have taken me with him. So it's true. Nicholas is gone.
Emily, I'm sorry.
No, I knew you could help me face it. And I wanted you to. And I'm so grateful, Jason. I really am. It's not good to live in denial. It's better just to face the truth head on. It's what Nicholas would want. He want me to go on with my life. But I don't know how, Jason. Nicholas was my reason for everything. He was the love of my life. How am I supposed to live without him?
Your backstabbing and manipulation have driven all of your grandchildren away.
Not all of them.
Emily, sweetheart, are you okay?
They've called off the search. There's no reason for me to stay at Windermere anymore, so I came here, home.
Sweetie.
I'm so glad to be home.
We just want to help you. We've all agreed to put together a private search.
Thank you, Dad, but you don't need to go through the motions. I realize Nicholas is gone.
Listen, just because the official search is over doesn't...
Jason walked me through the woods and along the river.
It's probably where he dumps his bodies.
We couldn't find anything at all. Nicholas must have drowned. So, a private search would be a waste of money. Right, Grandfather?
None of it makes you feel better.
You know, I need to start letting go of Nicholas instead of trying to find him.
Well, you can do that by having a nice long bath and a good night's sleep, okay?
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
Alice, Emily's staying. Would you get her room ready, please?
You know, if you had been this nice to my Dylan, he'd probably still...
Leave Dylan out of this.
Is Dylan all right?
Yes, of course, he's fine, and he will be back. Eventually.
Dylan is just throwing a tantrum.
He left home today.
He wants to be on his own.
Not to worry, his money's about to run out.
Well, you cut off Dylan's money?
I had no choice.
What if he gets stranded in some awful place?
He doesn't go to awful places.
How can you joke about this? Why didn't you go after him?
Because he's probably having a cup of coffee at Kelly's.
Well, have you even bothered to call? Does anybody even care that Dylan ran away?
I care. You don't count.
Why did Dylan leave?
Because he's a spoiled teenage brat who's mad at his mommy.
Why did he get mad, Tracy?
Go ahead. Tell her.
Does this have something to do with the vote?
Who let you in?
She has every right to be here.
Thank you.
She has more insight into this family than anybody else in this room.
Really? Then why can't she see that you're setting her up?
Oh, now don't be jealous now just because she's a Quartermain heir and you're not.
Tracy, did you force Dylan to vote for you?
Of course not.
What did it take? Extortion, blackmail? Is that why Dylan ran away from home?
Excuse me, blackmail? You blackmail that young man, then his vote is null and void.
You offered him money.
Because I felt sorry for him.
And you offered him a film contract.
And he turned me down. That's what makes him such a nice young man.
Manipulating a stockholder's vote is against SEC regulations. Anyone who voted could be held liable. Did you blackmail Dylan?
Come on, Tracy, spill it. Your greed got the best of you.
Just shut up, everybody. Dylan's vote was perfectly legal.
I'll tell that to the congressional committee.
Okay, stop it! All of you just shut up! How can you let Dylan take off on his own? And we have such a short time together. Why are you wasting even 1 second?
She's right.
I'm so sorry.
Emily, I heard the search was called off. I came by actually to say I was sorry and make sure you were okay.
Thank you.
Oh, this is so heartwarming.
Emily, I'll call Dylan.
You could have stopped him from leaving in the first place. That might have been more effective.
Going to blame Ned for your bad parenting?
You see what you get, Ned, for siding with Tracy? No loyalty, even less thanks.
I sided with my mother because I am sick and tired of bailing out this company with nothing to show for it in return.
Nothing? I wouldn't call your salary nothing.
Ned sided with me because I'm his mother.
Oh, Ned, you can't be that naive.
I've dedicated my entire life to this family and to ELQ.
Oh, here we go.
I only want to carry on that proud tradition.
Oh, you can't possibly believe that.
You really want Tracy to run ELQ?
I'm beginning to wonder.
Ellen, you lost. Why can't you accept that?
Emily,
Leave her. I'll check on her in a while.
I think we made everything worse.
I always knew Nicholas Cassadine would come to a bad end. They all do.
Not to worry, she'll be in love with someone else by the end of the month. She goes through men like candy.
One more crack like that and I'm changing my vote.
Why wait? Why not melt the Wicked Witch right now?
Nicholas is so different than the boys at school. He's a man, really. He's been all over the world. He knows all about finance and opera and riding horses. He touched my hand today. It was by accident, but I got goosebumps. Nicholas probably didn't even notice. He thinks I'm just some kid. But it would be so cool if he could see me as a real woman. Wouldn't it be amazing if Nicholas loved me someday? It's open.
Are you sure you're okay up here by yourself?
Yeah. I just needed some time alone.
If the fighting gets too much, you're welcome to stay at my place.
No, I just needed to be here for a while. When I left this room to be with Nicholas, I thought I'd never be back. Thought maybe I'd crash here when Nicholas was out of town, or, camp out here when we came to see the family, or I imagined that our children would stay here when they came to see the family, but is it gonna happen? I'm back here again, and my room's the same, but I'm a different person. I'm Emily without Nicholas.
How can I help?
Tell Courtney you love her. While you still have the chance. Love is all you have. You know that. And it's wrong to waste even 1 second being apart.
Courtney needs me to change my life, and I can't.
You still love her?
I always will. That's why I have to let her go.
What? You're giving up?
No, I'm not giving up. And being with me makes Courtney sad. She's afraid all the time. She deserves a better life.
What is the point of a better life, Jace, if you aren't together? None of us knows what will happen next. But only love will last. That's all I have left of Nicholas. That's how I'll survive losing him, knowing that Nicholas loved me, and Courtney needs to know that you loved her in the same way, Jace. So tell her. Don't wait until it's too late.
It's not going to change anything.
She still needs to hear it, and you need to say it one last time. Trust me, you'll regret it if you don't. You gotta promise me that you will tell Courtney that you love her.
I promise.
And once you tell her, never let go.
Anne?
Hi.
Hi, sweetie. Can I come in?
Yeah.
How you doing?
Oh, I'm glad to be home. Not ready to face the rest of my life yet.
Well, I happen to think that you're one of the strongest people I know.
Mom, I love Nicholas, that's all. That'll get me through this night and all the nights to come.
Oh, hey. I know this.
Yeah, I was in love with Nicholas even then. That makes me lucky. Blessed. Nicholas and I found the perfect love. And it'll be with me always.
Hey, guys. Hey, listen, I heard they called off the search for Nicholas. I'm very sorry.
Thanks, Mike.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Listen, I'll set you up with some coffee, okay?
Sounds good.
Are you okay with being at Kelly's? It's kind of public.
Yeah, I just needed to get out of the house for a while. So how are you holding up?
Well, being with you, someone who loved my brother as much as you did, that gives me peace.
I'll never stop loving Nicholas. He'll always be in my heart.
Guys, listen up. This is Ruby's chili. A little spin.
I'm sure she'd appreciate it.
Well, bon appetit. Good luck.
Remember the first time Nicholas ate a bowl of chili?
When he was trying to be so polite, like he ate it every day.
You know, it's funny. He always wanted to be treated like an ordinary guy, but he was an honest-to-goodness prince through and through.
Hey.
A quarter chili and... Can I get a whole apple pie?
Sure, why not? Are you stocking up?
In a way.
All right.
All right.
There you go.
Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Mary. Hi.
Hi. I just wanted to let you know that the search has been called off.
I heard. I'm sorry. Well, at least you have some company.
Yeah. Lucky and I are trying to be each other's support system. Nicholas was his brother and my fiance.
Fiance?
Nicholas and I were going to be married this summer.
You should go.
Yeah, I know, me too.
And Nicholas, he wouldn't want our lives to stop.
I have to say goodbye to him somehow.
So do I.
Maybe a memorial service is the way to start. I want the service to be about celebrating Nicholas's life rather than mourning his death.
Any idea where you want to have it?
Not Windermere. I think that place must be cursed. No one can be happy there.
You remember when Nicholas, he told me he wished that he could live a simple life on a tropical island?
Yeah. You laughed in his face, and you told him that he'd need 2 islands, one for a simple life and one for the staff he'd fly out next week. Since there was no way that he'd be able to get along without them.
You know, we used to tease each other like that. The prince and the commoner.
I'm so sorry. Lucky I've been so consumed in my own sorrow over losing the man I love. And I need to remember that you've lost your brother.
You remember how long it took me and Nicholas to accept each other?
Except it took forever for you two to even tolerate each other.
Yeah, it was a learned behavior. When I think back on it, I can't remember a time when I wasn't aware that the Castines and the Spencers were mortal enemies.
It was the same for Nicholas. To him, you and Luke were the family his mother abandoned him for.
And to me, Nicholas was a slap in the face. I mean, he just stepped in out of nowhere. He saved my little sister's life when I couldn't.
You got over it. And you and Nicholas refused to carry on your family's ridiculous war into the next generation.
Yeah, we always made my mom happy for a while. She said that Nicholas was one good thing that came out of her time with the Castines. She'd say if you ever lose anything important, life finds a way to bring something back. Something good.
That's nice philosophy, but what about losing Nicholas could ever be considered good for either one of us?
So have you thought about whether you want the service large or small?
I'm selfish when it comes to Nicholas. I'd rather keep it just us and Elizabeth.
The Four Musketeers?
Yeah. But I know he'd want it open to anyone who feels they should be there.
Yeah, I think Nicholas would want the people he cared about, who couldn't get along while he was alive, just find 10 minutes of peace together saying goodbye.
When I was in the hospital, I caught a glimpse of death. See, it was only scary because it was unfamiliar, and I guess it wasn't my time. But there was light, Lucky, and an indescribable sense of peace. I hope it's like that for Nicholas.
Nicholas, he's gonna be in our hearts. Something about him is just, it'll trigger a memory. Make us laugh or cry.
It's hard to believe that's all we have left of him. Somehow I'll have to learn to live with it.
We both do. You're not alone, Emily. What? What is it?
This song. It was in my dream when I was unconscious in the hospital, and not long after I heard it, Nicholas came and he pulled me back. Maybe it's a sign that wherever he is, he's thinking of me.
I'm sure of it.
Can you hear me when I talk to you?
Hi. I'm going to the church to discuss some details about the memorial service.
I'll come with you.
Thanks, Dad, but I'd like to go alone. It's the place where I pledged my heart to Nicholas, and I just want to stand at the altar and feel him close to me.
Emily?
So really, the service doesn't start for a while.
No, I know. I don't want you to be alone.
Thank you. Nicholas feels so close. As if he were just inside this church waiting for me.
Yes. In spirit. And we should be glad for that.
Say goodbye, but I can't keep holding on either. It hurts too much.
I know. I think Nicholas, he'd want us to get on with it.
It feels like Nicholas was here. And he's reaching out. He's trying to tell me something. We were married in this church. At least our hearts were. Nicholas promised to share my burdens, to keep my secrets, to trust me, and to believe in me, and to love me forever.
You hold on to those promises, Em. They'll help get you through.
I need to touch base with the priest and then go home and change. My family's gonna be here in full force, just so you know. All right, Irene is probably gonna show up. I wish Laura could be here.
Yeah, well, I'm kind of glad she isn't. Maybe she'll never realize that Nicholas is gone.
But you need her. What about your family?
Well, Bobby and Lucas, they're out of town, and my grandmother Leslie, she'll be here with Lulu.
What about your father? Does he even know about the memorial?
I'm sure you saw it in the paper.
Well, you haven't asked him to be here.
No, I'm not going to.
All right, then I will.
Listen, Em, that's a bad idea.
Let Nicholas respected Luke. I know he'd want him to be here. But should I call or should I go in person?
I'll ask my dad make you feel better about the memorial service.
Yes.
Okay, then I'm coming with you. You don't want to catch my dad off guard, in the middle of something.
Freezers. Go away. It's open. Hello.
Hey. We were wondering if you've seen the paper about Nicholas.
Yep, I saw it.
Nicholas had great respect for you, and Lucky and I would both appreciate it if you went to the memorial.
Sure. When bacon takes wing. I belong at Nicholas Cassadine's memorial.
Asking you to the memorial was my idea. Lucky tried to talk me out of it.
Well, see, Emily, that's because Lucky knows when Cassadines die, I usually dance. Right now, I'm holding myself back from a jolly jig.
I think Laura would want you to be there.
Do you? Well, you're probably right. She probably would want that if she had any idea what was going on, but you see, she doesn't. And one of the major reasons she doesn't is because Nicholas, with the help of my son, kept me from getting to her when I still could have reached her.
Look, I didn't mean to upset you.
Look, I'm sorry you lost your boyfriend, but nobody asks me to grieve for Cassidines.
I was hoping that you could grieve for Laura's son and for Lucky and Lulu's brother. Nicholas respected you, but he didn't need you. Your family, your children do.
Let's go.
Thanks for stopping by.
Put down the ice pick. You'll only confuse him. Ice pick. Cocktails. Sky. Friend.
Jason.
Jason, I'm so glad to see you.
Where's Emily?
You go to the service?
I know Emily really wants you there.
She wanted me to take her to the memorial.
Oh, that seems inappropriate.
Jason,
Leave him alone,
no,
Tracy.
let him go, let him go. Twice in a few days, that's great. Let him go.
Don't get your hopes up.
Oh, he's working, all of you. Why can't you?
How do you do that? How do you pretend the family doesn't matter?
They don't.
Jace. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So are you ready?
I hope so. Will you tell them that I live with Jason?
Sure.